Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic and we are diving back into Historic because we got an unsuspension with Burning Tree Emissary. So Burning Tree is back in the format, which means that Gruul Aggro is back in the format as well. And this is just one of my favorite decks of all time. It didn't change a ton with Zendikar Rising. We did get a bunch of new lands. We get Spikefield Hazard, Mammoth, we get Shadow Scroll Smashing, Turn Timber Symbiosis, as well as Earthshaker Kenra. And so basically, the deck kind of fell apart. We still had a lot of pieces, but Burning Tree Emissary was the main reason that it was still good enough to be played in Historic, where there's just a lot of powerful things right now. And with that being banned for a while or suspended for a little bit, it was pretty cool to have it come back, and we're going to see if it's as good in the format. I've already been playing this deck quite a bit. This is kind of the deck I'm trying to be ranking up with. I've not spent a ton of time ranking because I was dealing with having family reunions, things like that going on right now. But the amount that I have played with this deck, I just love it. Gruul Aggro is probably my favorite way to play of all time. It's just so fun, and this deck is just really solid. I also do have a sideboard. I typically play best of 3 when I'm trying to actually rank up, and so this sideboard is for what I'm running into a lot right now in the meta. I'm not going to be playing best of 3 for the video just because I like to see new decks and new things popping up. It's just more fun for me, and I think it's more fun for you guys. Let me know in the comments below though if you really want to see more best of 3, like which one you prefer. But this is what I prefer. So the basic idea of this deck is get Llanowar or Pelt Collector out on turn 1, then go hopefully have like 4 Burning Tree Emissaries, get a ton of things on the board, and that's really hard for people to deal with. Or you just kind of go up the curve to Gruul Spellbreakers, Bone Crusher Giants, Questing Beasts. You guys have seen this deck. It's not this is a deck that people have seen a lot, but it's just really good. We get Earthshaker Kenra in the deck as well, which getting to the Eternalize with Llanowar Elves or whatever with a little bit of ramp that we do have is actually really, really nice to have. So I'm honestly thinking I might want to go up a couple more copies of this at some point, maybe in the sideboard, although the sideboard pieces are really important. So I'm not sure exactly how many copies of this you should go for. 2 seems to be right so far. Robber the Rich, Scavenging Ooze, Burning Tree Emissary, Domri's Ambush. This is a card that a lot of people like. I feel like in the comment section, anytime I play this, everyone's like, why are you playing Domri's Ambush versus this card, Thrash, or, Ram Through, or whatever. Domri's Ambush is good because, first off, it hits Planeswalkers. It puts a +1 counter onto stuff. It turns your Llanowar Elves into an actual threat and can kill something. I just have always been really impressed with Domri's Ambush. If there's anything that we probably need to bring into the deck besides this is probably just Domri itself. That's the only card in the deck that I haven't found a place to fit in just yet. So I do think that you could bring in Domri maybe in the Domri's Ambush slot, but so far I think I'm keeping as is, especially with not going into the sideboard just yet. I think it's okay. The cool thing is with our lands, Shadow Scroll Smashing gives us a lot of chances for extra removal. So far, I've noticed that we're only running 15 lands besides our modal lands, and so I'm usually playing these as lands because they with the modal lands, so Turn Timber, Scatter Scroll, Scatters. I mean, I cannot speak right. With all of those other lands, we end up getting like right to 23 lands, I think, and so it ends up working out pretty well with the deck. But I'm having a hard time spoken right, so let's just go ahead and jump into the gameplay, see how this does for us, and wish me luck. Up against TJ Hunter, we do have one untapped source. Let's just get to Scavenging Ooze while we're playing one of the tapped ones to get to like Gruul Spellbreaker. So we can keep this hand. It's not a terrible one. I do wonder if we have one too many Mammoths and if I want like another Forest or even a Turn Timber. Although I've never actually gotten to this card yet. So maybe it is like Irrigated Farmlands or just other check lands. I really am trying to figure out the right number of these cards here. I know there's going to be one game where this is going to be the thing that saves us. And so you want 2 of them so you can play one in the early game and then draw into the other one, right? And so I think you always keep it. I could be totally wrong. All right, so we can use Spikefield Hazard here, but then we now have 0 red mana. Like I could play this out, I could Burning Tree, play it out onto it. Yeah, it seems a bit greedy. I feel like I'd rather go for guaranteeing the mana here. All right, Burning Tree Emissary, Scavenging Ooze, pass the turn. And we get a pretty big board. They'll have to do pretty well here to challenge us. If we can get another red source as well, then we get to Embercleave on the next turn. That's good. There it is. Swing in. Blocks the Llanowar. We will Embercleave, kill the Pelt Collector. I guess we could put it onto something else. But no, I think I'd rather just kill creatures now and try to take advantage of the early game. Down to 14, pass the turn. Llanowar Elves. And Pelt Collector. And opponent skips it up. There we go. Yeah. Gruul Spellbreaker on the next turn should just win the game for us there. That was sweet. Up against Chevy Supreme. And having multiple Barren Trees is amazing. So we'll keep this. And we can actually play it into Mammoth if we want to. Although we might want that for the Questing Beast. There we go. That's beautiful. Oh, this is going to be a glorious turn. As long as our first Burning Tree doesn't get countered. Cartouche of Solidarity. Ah, Auras with the Slither Blade. Yay. That's really good. Down to 17. Does going wide help us enough? We're going to see. Burning Tree. Burning Tree. Spellbreaker. I think we just go with Haste. If they can give us Vigilance, I think we still can't get through it anyway. So yeah, just go for Haste. Swing in. We're basically hoping Questing Beast can do something. Unfortunately, unblockable. If they get enough stuff on this, we're just probably going to lose the race. Especially if they get lifelink like that. Yeah. Yeah, this is bad. Let's hope for Dabri's Ambush. Yay! And they have the Vigilance. Now we can't do anything about anything. We have to get out Questing Beast just as the only attacker that we've got. So, and if we find Dabri's Ambush, we can at least kill Slither Blade with it. And so, swing in. Yay! Down to 18. This is just a hard matchup. If they have the right cards, really hard to beat this deck. They have a higher chance of not having the right cards than our deck does. But when they have them, we screwed. It's actually really likely we didn't just die there. Cartouche of Knowledge. Yep, a flyer over the top. Now we can't block it anyway, and that will be game. Alrighty then, moving on to the next match. Alright, this is a keepable hand. With Bone Crusher, yeah. That's one of the best things about Bone Crusher is that it lets you keep so many different hands. Ugh, that's a bad draw. Play this tapped. Clan Color. Man, getting rid of the Shepherd is a really nice thing to do. Play this on red, pass the turn. I'm going to Bone Crusher Giant something. I'm not sure if it's the Shepherd or the Clan Caller. It's probably that. Actually, wait, it gets a plus right away. And we really need to find an answer for that, too. We're going to do what we can right now. I think it's kill the Shepherd. With the ramp that they have, if we can't kill this, they can just basically win the turn in win the game one turn if we didn't answer that right there. All right, let's go for Spellbreaker with a counter on it. Pass the turn. Okay, Llanowar Elves. Collect Coco. I think they didn't mean to. I guess they didn't. That was the only way they could tap there. Yeah, that holy chunk. That is. This is the only card that's not a Lord out there. What an amazing draw. Yeah, we will block. Doesn't help us a ton, but it turns off half of their deck, or it gets rid of 4 power on the board. Sorry, 8 power altogether. Clan Caller. Yep, we're dead, and good game. Okay then. Up against mtg Oath, and yeah, we'll keep this. Sweet hand. Play the Forest, play Pelt Collector. Pass the turn. Goblins. See, this is where it's better to be playing best of three sometimes. We have so many good pieces in the best of three matchup here. But as is, I don't know. All right, grow the Pelt Collector. We do get a little extra mana, so we'll probably use a Spiteful Hazard just because we can. There are a few other things that'd be nice to hit, but getting rid of some goblins and letting us keep swinging in potentially can help us out here. Down 18, pass the turn. They get 4 mana on this turn. War Chief. Okay. So they're not going to block any of our creatures now, so we try to get in for as much damage as possible. Let's get out Symbiosis, tapped. Trying to hold on to the smashings if possible. That can kill quite a few good things of theirs. Okay, down to 12 past the turn. If we can get their life total low enough, if they hit a land here, they get Muxus. Ugh. Yeah, there it is. That could have been worse. I mean, we're almost dead, but it could have been worse. Let's see. This brings us down to 3. I can get him with Questing Beast. I could go for this Spellbreaker. Any other creature they play, and they have the Castle Embereth. So going for this kills us, so we can't do that. So play this tapped. Spellbreaker. On 4. Grow the Pelt Collector. I feel like I've got to be going aggro at least a little bit. No attacks, pass the turn. Man, we are just running up against all the amazing hands. Like, we aren't doing that bad of things. We're just not getting the best of draws while other people are getting the absolute best draws. And this is why Burning Tree Emissary, I think, came back into the format, is because it is just not quite as good as Muxus. Like, I think they're trying to give reason to not have another thing that they messed up on. And they're not willing. Like, I feel like this is Wizards not trying to not admit that they also messed up with Muxus. And yeah, you done messed up. All right, block here. Block here. We're still dead anyway, right? Yeah, okay. All right, got a mulligan in this hand. Soulbreaker is not quite fast enough here. We don't have any red mana, but Llanowar into Scavenging Ooze is at least something. Let's drop the Shaker. And I guess we're just really hoping that they're milling stuff into their graveyard for the Scavenging Ooze, so that we at least have something going for us with this hand. All right, attack in. Not going to hold it up for the potential ooze-idness. Visionary. Intriguing. Offering up the trade here. Down to 16 past the turn. It would put 2 creatures in the graveyard for us to get the Scavenging Ooze quite a bit bigger. Give us a red source for the love. Now we can't attack. I guess I could attack with Llanowar. Oh well. Alright, so this is the Neoform combo deck. Oh my goodness. Come on, deck. What is up with this crap? I'm just trying to look for a threat. I'm thinking if I can grow Scavenging Ooze quite a bit here, we at least have a shot. They may be willing just to take 2 here. Right, so yeah, blocks with Pelt Collector. Now we get to do something. Pass the turn. Do you get the combo this turn? Okay, Rebel Fort. To get the haste. And a decent blocker. Dude, I have never been screwed this bad. This is, like, annoying right now. Blocks with the Visionary. Pass the turn. Alright, keep going the scavenging use. Hey, we got cards. We need to find a way to kill the rebel fort. That would be the bestest. We also just need to put damage to face, so let's do that, I guess. Haste, swing, swing. I'll offer up the Lionel Royals as well. Down to 11, pass the turn. Now they have to play a creature and get the Neoform combo off, which, I mean, if they have Neoform in hand, then it's just Seagate, whatever its bucket's name is. Maybe I should hold up Bone Crusher. We don't ever have a chance to actually combo off against Neoform, though. That's the biggest issue of the card. Alright, so they have some redundancy. They've gotten rid of a lot of copy cards, though. So they probably won't be able to kill us anyway. Let's see. I could go for the Earthshaker Kenra. I could go Robber the Rich, or like, yeah, Kenra, Mammoth. Mammoth can be pretty big potentially. Let's play the Mammoth. We could hold up Bone Crusher Giant. I'm not sure exactly what that would help us with. If they go for Neoform before they can copy the other creature they need for the combo, we could end up killing something, or we just go a little bit more aggro with this. Let's go aggro. All right, Kenra, you can't block. Attack in. Now only one blocker. They were only going to block with one anyway. Down to 6. Shimmer Possibility still digging for the combo. So there's a creature that is 3 mana and 2 toughness and power that creates a copy of whatever spell is on the stack. And that's basically the combo. They keep creating copies of that over and over again. We could fizzle the copies being made of it by killing it before those copies resolve of Neoform. Neoform will give it a +1/+1 counter, but the first one, the one they initially will copy to, is going to be without the +1/+1 counter. Unless they go for the Seagate Stormcaller, then we're screwed. But so holding at the Bone Crusher Giant might have been a chance to stop the combo, but not if they had Seagate Stormcaller and Neoform. So I think we just go aggro there. That was the right play. Up against Cobbers, only 1 land, so we mulligan. 2, 3 lands, a lot better hand. We'll keep this. Oh, I hate dropping Questing Beasts and Embercleaves. The 3rd land is nice to have, but this deck is kind of built on not running into that many lands. But that also means getting rid of any is really painful. So what do we drop? I think I am going to drop this. I'm not sure that's the right play, but that's what I'm going to do. We're also on the draw, so we have a few more chances to find at least the 3rd land. I'm just worried we're not going to hit the 4th land now. All right, stop ground tap, pass the turn. It probably was better to drop the Embercleave. We have 4 of it. Running into multiples is not very good here. Robber of the Rich. Gets to steal our land off the top. Or Bone Crusher Giant. That's pretty good stuff. Alright, Earthshaker Kenra. I could get in for 2, but that doesn't actually help anything here. I think it's better to try to block the Robber of the Rich. So they could attack in, kill it before they actually go to full combat. That's probably the best play here. Alright, they miss it. That's nice. Still attacks. Still Scavenging Ooze. We block the Robber. Pel Collector grows. Hit a land. Deck. Deck. Scavenging Ooze, pass the turn. Yeah. I should have kept the 3rd land. Should have dropped the Embercleave. I went for the greedy, wanting to keep all the best things in our hand as possible, but a land is one of the best things. I mean, we are playing with a lot of 2-drop things, and like having the 3rd land wouldn't help a ton until just now. I think we have to go based off of trying to keep ourselves alive as long as possible. Kill Burning Tree. There are things in the graveyard to try to get. Alright, yeah, and that's just the game. Alright, up against Mr. Cold Snow. Is there Warm Snow? I don't know.
It's a possibility. All right, this is a sweet hand. Pelt Collector into Domri's Ambush. I'm honestly wishing that we were running into these more often. Having a good removal is very, very necessary in this format. And honestly, we probably ought to be just bringing in a Braids, fixing up the mana base. I'm really in between. It's so hard to use Shatter School Smashing correctly with this deck. Play Pelt Collector. Pass the turn. Mr. Worm Snow. Letting us get in. Alright, not hitting lands. Not hitting any other 2-drops. That's cool. Dude, that is not cool deck. We only have so many 3 and 4 drops, or 6 drops, and we have found all of them with our 2-land hand. We have so many 2-drops in this deck. There's one, and now it's going to get countered, or we're going to get settled, or whatever. Settled Wreckage would actually be great. All right. 1 counter down. For the love, man. This has been one of like the most unlucky runs I think I've ever had with a deck ever. Wow. Wow. How is this? What? And we have to discard a card anyway. Oh, this is just disgusting. If this isn't land... What? What? Oh my goodness. Deck! How is this even possible? Wow. I lost an entire rank with this deck now. That was not happening beforehand. I was dominating with this deck beforehand. And now I record, and obviously everything goes bad. Oh, that's frustrating. Sorry, guys. This one might be a little bit short. But after a run like that, like there's times you just have to stop and walk away for a little bit in order to still love the game of Magic. And this is one of those times. That is probably one of my worst runs ever. Like, I did still get some wins with this deck, but like the losses that we had were so painful that I think I just need a break for a moment. And I advise you guys, if you're ever getting to this point, to just, go ahead and let yourself have a little bit of a break, because sometimes the game of Magic is stupid, and this is one of those times. But overall, I mean, this deck did win me. I think I won like I had a 74% win rate beforehand playing. I think it was like 12 games. And so before I did this video, I had a 74% win rate. Now that is not at 74% anymore. And so okay, whatever happens, happens, I guess. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and leave a like just for the love, and leave nice comments down below, because I think I'm going to need them in this one after everyone else hates me after the first 2 games or something. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace out. Bye.